Hey, this is Cheryl Faulkner, and I just did a little conversation training on Zoom a few minutes ago, or Facebook Live actually. And I wanted to talk about a launch and what happens in a launch. You know, I like to use the magazine and the very last page of the magazine for a brand new person. And I really kind of just go through this as if it's a checklist. You want to just always make sure they're on the text blast so they get all of the notifications on there, and then just their vision. What are they doing this for? And, this is one of the most important things, and it has to be detailed. It has to be meaningful. It has to be something strong enough to make people do what they don't want to do. And I use an example of, like, go to New York City with your kids, or go on a cruise, or, do something fun as well as pay off student loan debt or get out of debt. I want you to put something fun in there that you can add to what you're doing this for. Okay. Maybe you work full time and you'd love to go part time. What is a long-term goal that you're working towards? For sure. But what's a short-term goal? So I always encourage you guys to put two things in there because it makes it fun for your family to get involved. And, this is so important for parents. If you do have children in the home, you're having a family meeting agreeing that there's going to be a few nights a week that this is just like a job. You're going to separate yourself from your family, and they're going to be a part of that. They're going to be sacrificing you and, sharing your time with people that they don't know. And so I always encourage people to plan a family night and to work. Hey, babe, I'm on a training. That's my Grayson, my oldest. But to plan one family time during the week and make sure it's going out to pizza or doing something to celebrate a little bit of the success that you're having. And in the beginning, it may take you 2 or 3 weeks to get a paycheck. It may take you a month to get your first paycheck, but take a little bit out of that first paycheck and celebrate together with your family. And that's the fun part, right? And then they are apt to help and make this a family project and family goal moving forward. So why it's so important, a list of names, and I always pass out the memory jogger. That memory jogger is actually in this group, so you can kind of scroll down and look for it. It's in one of the forums. Number 7 is the system, which all good. Number 8, mindset. This is so important because you do want to spend a little bit of your time learning about the product, doing your own due diligence, getting your own questions answered by spending time on the internet, researching on your own. But I want to be very clear that you're calculating that time. You're not counting that time as work, right? So in order to make money here, in order to get your investment back, it is when you are in front of a new person. You must position yourself to be in front of a new person sharing what this is, showing the plan, whether that's face-to-face or they're tuning in and watching a Zoom, a presentation at night, and you're going to call them after and follow up. So that's what I want to make sure you're very clear with. Register for the next event. That's so important. We have an event sneaking up, and then there's another one already on the horizon. So there's always an event, and we always work event to event. And that comes back to what this training is about. Starting out of the gate right now, and what are we going to do for 90 days? And so what I did last week was I collected some goals from a bunch of people, and they're actually in this group. And I noticed that most of the people set a goal to be platinum. And I think this is a great goal that is very much achievable. This is a goal where in the binary, when you're drawing out your block of business, that's exactly what it is. You want to put yourself at the top, and then you want to draw 2 legs down and put 2 circles. And that's a block of business. And you have a left side and you have a right side. And then those first 2 people, they have a left and a right. And so when you draw out that block of business, and I may just do it right now just because you guys are there. I don't know if it'll show it backwards or not, but this is the duplicatable system, and it's so important. So you want to be able to do this for every single person that you personally enroll. This is a block of business. This is what it looks like. Okay. So I just enrolled Diana. I'm going to use Diana as an example. And so Diana just got started, and Diana and I went and we shared this today with one of her neighbors. And let's say that neighbor gets started. Okay. This is where I would share with Diana. We put your neighbor's name right here at the top. So N for neighbor. Okay. And I put that on my wall. That's my job, to help Diana introduce this to her neighbor and help Diana. Whoops, actually, this is actually D. Let me do this again. This is Diana because she's the one that I personally sponsored. The neighbor is right here because that's one of her ones, right? So now in order to build a block of business for Diana, we need to get the neighbor 2 people, and Diana still has to do an appointment over here and get her person 2 people. And when all these are filled in, this is called a block of business. Guys, this is our goal every single pay period. We want to fill in these circles, okay? And so I want to make sure you understand that. So now let's talk numbers, okay? Because let's just say that you have 500 on your left. You did a pack. You introduced it to some. I'm going to just keep this up because I think this is a good visual. And you're following me, you're tracking me, right? So this is Diana at the top, right? So let's just say the neighbor did 500 PV. Okay, we're going to put that here. And Diana has someone else that she wants to talk to, and they do a 30 share pack. So they do 1,500 PV. Okay. And so if it's the end of the pay period, how much volume is in this? She did 500 on her left and 1,500 on her right. And so what that would mean is she would be bronze, because bronze is 500 on the left and 500 on the right. And that's all you need to be bronze. And then to be silver, to move up in rank, I want to tell you that, you know, silver, I'm trying to think of how much silver pays is, I think silver is $300 a week. Okay. Bronze is about $130 a week. So if we can achieve silver, silver can pay us $300 a week. I mean, think about that, you guys. So what is silver? Silver is silver is 1,500 on your left and 1,500 on your right. So let's say it's week 2. Okay. So let's just say we're starting a new week. Okay. And here's the neighbor. And let's just say that, I didn't give this person a name. We're going to say Mary. Okay. So Mary, I'm going to cross these out because these guys already came in. So now it's week 2, right? So I'm going to reach out to the neighbor. It will be me and Diana. Diana's still on the job training. She's still learning with me. She's learning from me. And this is why it's so important to always have your upline leadership with you. And so Diana and I and the neighbor are going to go and help the neighbor get 2 people. And the neighbor has a friend at church, and we're going to say Bob. And the neighbor has another friend at church named Max. Okay. So let's say these 2 got in. Let's just say they did a 15 and a 500. Okay. How much volume is that? That's 2,000 PV. So up here, 2,000 PV. So over here, we're going to say, Mary, you know, who do you know? Who can we talk to, Mary? And Mary said, you know what? I'm going on vacation, and you know what? I'm not going to be able to do this for another 2 weeks. We got to say, okay. So Diana, who else is on your list? You know what? You did great job last week. You got 2 people started. Who else is on your list? So Diana is going to call someone else, right? She's got a friend that lives in South Carolina named Molly. So here is Molly. We're going to put Molly under Marty. And so we're going to get Molly in. Molly does a 1,500 PV pack. So guess what? Right now, we're at 2,000 on our left and 1,500 on our right. You know what she is? Now Diana is silver. Silver, 1,500 PV on your left, 1,500 PV on your right. Guys, that's what pays $300 a week, residual income. Okay. So now moving up in ranks, now we're going to, and some of you guys know this, some of you guys understand this. So I'm teaching the teacher, right? You're understanding. We really have to draw this out for someone and really allow them to visualize week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Okay. Because our goal is to fill this in as quickly as we can for a block of business. And every single person, we want to get them a block of business. And so that's 2 levels down. And so now let's just think about gold. You know, a lot of people want to be gold. You know, gold pays, I'm trying to think like, I think I have a little cheat sheet. Yeah, $676 a week for gold. So that's a lot, you guys. That's great income, right? I mean, an extra $600 a week is really the place where it makes a difference in a family. Gold. So guys, that's why I'm so passionate to believe that you can get to gold very quickly. You can stay at gold within 90 days. You can create that residual income. And so, we're going to go to the next one right here because I want to map out what gold looks like. Because we have Diana, we have the 2, And what happens is you just start really kind of, seeing this fill in as I drew that, right? You guys see this? And, this is just our goal, is to just every week we work our blueprint. We work our legs. We work who we know. And let's just say that I have sponsored someone else named Susan. Okay. I'm going to have another piece of paper just like this with Susan at the top. I treat my business just like that, by sponsor tree legs. A sponsor tree leg means that you've personally sponsored them, and that's a leg. That means that's your business, and they're not related to each other. Don't think about binary. Don't think about that. So it's just sponsor tree legs. So that's what I want to make sure you guys understand. And if that's confusing to you, then just keep filling in the block of business for the one person that you've sponsored. And then when you sponsor two people, you'll start to understand and how that works. And, this is where somebody says, okay, I want to be platinum. I want to be platinum in 90 days. So platinum is 5,000 on the left, 5,000 on the right, 7,000 total sponsor tree. 7,000 total sponsor tree. That means that it has to be people that you've brought into the business, and you have to be the one to help, or the people you've brought in. All of that volume equals 7,000 in sponsor tree volume. So, and this all has to happen in 1 week. And that means that that's about, I'm trying to look at my little cheat sheet here, 1,200 a week, 5,000 a month. So, that's the 90-day goal. That's something that can happen. So what do I need to do? How do I do that? Okay. So I want you to kind of think about it like that. Everyone that you've personally sponsored, okay, I want you to kind of write their names down, and I want you to put their name on one piece of paper, just like I did, just like that. And like, let's say you've already sponsored 4 people. I want 4 pieces of paper on your wall, and you're going to build out that block of business for those 4 people. Okay. And then we're going to address each one each week and say, okay, how can I help you? What is it? Well, first I want you to come back and say, okay, do you have their goals? Do you know what they're doing this for? And this is where it's so important, because if you've already got people started, that's great. If you don't, this is our goal. We're going to get you 4. 4 is the magic number, because 4 makes your money back, right? 4 people doing what you did makes your money back. And then we set out to help those 4 people build their block of business. And then you see people come into your business, and that volume keeps going, and you keep leapfrogging over each one and going as deep in your organization as you can. And so it's time. This is what I want you to kind of calculate. How much time does it take for me as a brand new person to get to platinum in 90 days? And I always say, if you're looking for $3,000 to $5,000 a month, you want to be doing 4 to 5 appointments a week. Okay, that's 4 to 5 appointments a week. That means completing 4 to 5 appointments a week. And if you're looking for, $1,000 a month, you're looking at 2 to 3 appointments a week. Okay. And so that's really a good gauge, and you decide, but I want you to understand that it's not about what happens this month in this 30 days. It's not about what happens in the next 30 days, which would be a total of 60 days. It's at the final end of that 90 days, because that's when you look up and you've achieved your goals, or you've exceeded them and you're farther ahead than you thought. And so I really want to make sure you understand, when I say 4 appointments, maybe 5 appointments a week, that's a total of 5 hours a week. Do you have 5 hours a week? And if not, then come back down from that. Do 3 appointments a week, 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week, because this is how we do it. Our invitation has to be professional. Our invitation has to be successful. And if our invitation is successful, then we will get the appointment. People will be in a place to take a look. They will evaluate the plan. They will evaluate the company. And then they may wait. They may take action, or they may sit back and take a couple days to process the information that you've given them. And that's okay. We have a home for them. We're going to follow up with them. We're going to check on them next week and the week after. That's okay. That's part of you doing what you do. And I want to make sure that you guys understand, that it's so important to do appointments. And so if you have some success, and that you're good at getting the appointment, and you're confident in showing the plan or getting them on a presentation, but maybe something at the end isn't, clicking, feed right back to me, send me a note. And it can be something that I can kind of talk about like this, or I would be happy to maybe do a little coaching with you on the line, and we can use it for a training for others, so that I can put it in this group for other people that are learning. Because what we want to do is we want to be here available to help you have the success, so that when you're you're showing a presentation, they are interested enough to get started, or they're interested enough to learn more, and that's a win. That's positive, so just knowing that, how do you plan your week? And what I always encourage people to do is just start with a piece of paper and just list it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole week. And then you X out when you're busy. Okay, so number one, I'm sure Sundays are family day, or Sunday morning till 2, family time. Monday through Friday, you may work 8 to 5, but you may have 60 minutes in there for lunch. So circle that lunch break, because I'm going to tell you, lunch appointments are so successful. I would rather do a lunch appointment every day of the week than do anything at night, because it shows people that are busy that they can run into a Panera Bread or run into their office and look at something for 20, 30 minutes, have a 15-minute professional appointment, shake hands, and have enough information to make a decision, and know that they can be on track to earn $1 million if they want, or 30,000 a year, whatever it is they're looking for, but they can do that in a short time over lunch. So don't count those little lunch breaks short, because those can be very valuable to you. And then after work, do you have a 30-minute commute? Do you have any windows of time where you can make some calls and do some inviting? Schedule that in. And then the nights of the week, what night do you have where you can do a presentation like I'm talking to you right now? I encourage you to always be available when your prospect, for example, is watching a Zoom, right? So Pure Team Global does a Zoom every night, or a few times a week. And if you're going to invite someone to watch that, then I encourage you to be on speaker or on standby on the phone with them, ready, so when they finish, you're there ready to answer their questions. That counts for an appointment. You want to make sure that they're watching the whole presentation. I do not count it as a successful appointment if I send someone to a video and I'm really not sure if they watched it or not. Okay, so please understand that. But that's where I want you to understand that find a night or 2 nights a week that you can do that. And just pencil that in. And I think this is what's so important, is if you treat this like a part-time job and this is extra income, and the first thing we have to do is set the schedule. It's just like if you were to go and get another job right now and make extra income, the first thing they're going to do is put you on the schedule. So we have to create the schedule. And a lot of us are in an employee mindset. We just want to be told what to do, and we just show up and do it. And so that's why this is so important, to employ yourself. Get that weekly schedule commitment down, put it on your refrigerator, and hold yourself to it. And this is where, if you see yourself struggling in that, let's just get back with the person that invited you, and let's do some coaching and work through that. Because this is the secrets, guys. This is what works. I've helped a lot of families get to $5,000 in 90 days doing this. And one last thing before I go is I have a little training. It's called a 3-2-1. And this is for anybody, and you can even do, my first month, I'm going to make, $1,000. My second month, I'm going to make 3,000. By my third month, I'll be at 5,000, so go where you're comfortable. And if you can just see yourself an extra $1,000 a month for this month, let's just set that goal and attain it and achieve it. Because next month you're going to double it, because you can, right? So wherever you're comfortable, but this is really for someone that's just looking for $1,000 a month. I say do a 3-2-1. You want to pick up the phone and schedule 3 appointments, okay? And that's really the hardest part about what we do. And then you want to do 2 appointments, 2 presentations, start to finish, okay? And with a connect call, that counts. If you're doing a presentation and you're not introducing them to someone else that's earning income, you're an amateur. You're not doing it successfully. And that's where I want to just kind of be a little hard on you in a nice, kind way. You can do it yourself, yes. And you can have that success that you're looking for. But if you want it to work and you want to do what the successful people have done before you, then I'm going to tell you, it's so important to not miss that step. It's magical. And then what will happen is your person will do it just because that's all they know, because you did it. So what you do will duplicate. If you take shortcuts, your people will take shortcuts. So please know that. So the 3, number 1 is schedule 3 appointments. 2, complete 2 appointments and do that introduction at the end. And then 1 is enroll someone, get someone started. And guys, if we do a 3-2-1 every single week, our business will continue to grow. And then what happens is then other times of the week we're spending on our organization, on the other people that have gotten started, helping them share this with others. So I hope that this was helpful. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of information. So this may be a good video to come back and watch it again, fast forward through the parts that, you already know or that is not an interest of you. But I'm here to help. And that's why I have this new group. It's for someone brand new. That's what this group is for. And I'm pouring into you, and I'm taking you back to the place where I was when I started. And we started with 6 people. We sponsored 2 our first week, we sponsored 2 more our second, and then over the next 3 weeks, we sponsored 2 more. And we helped those 6 families get to an income of $30,000 a year within the first 90 days. All of them looked up, and they were at that rank that pays an extra $30,000 a year. And then 3 months later, 2 of them were rubies, earning $1,000 a week. And that's what helped us get to diamond. Because I knew if I could go out and help 2 people get to ruby, that would push me to diamond. So the same thing is true for you. If you introduce this and you get 2 people started on your left and 2 people on your right, and you help them both get to bronze, you're going to be silver. If you help those 4 people get to silver, you're going to be gold. If you help 2 of them get to gold, you're going to be platinum. This is the beautiful thing, is you get to pour into other people and help them move up in rank, and you're rewarded. You move up too. That's the greatest part about what I get to do and teach. So with that, I hope this was helpful, and I'll say good night and God bless.